What's next, Brother Coleman?
Well, Sister Danielle, I'll show you what's next. Okay, I got this email here from my man. I got a guy named Paul up here, and Paul says, I noticed that you've been skirting the issue on the whole, what's his name, Kaepernick?
Colin Kaepernick.
Colin Kaepernick. He said, I know you've been skirting the issue on the whole Colin Kaepernick deal that's going on. And I just want to know, now that this situation has blown up even more, how do you feel about not only his opinions, but the whole protesting of the NFL? I can see that it is Colin Kaepernick's. I can see that it is his right to go out there and not stand for the national anthem. But I also believe that, yes, as an American, it is disrespectful not only to Americans, but also to the people who fought for his freedom to do that.
How?
And that is from Paul. Paul, Paul.
I might even let that question get finished.
You got to define that. People love to just throw statements out there without any kind of definition or backing them up.
Yeah, and look, Paul, I get it, man, because here's the thing. You bought into that bullshit. That's why you believe that. Because I'm going to tell you something. And you're right. You're right, Paul. I've been skirting the issue, man, because I've been trying not to offend. I've been trying, sensitivities are very high right now. Tensions are very high. And I say, what?
And it's kind of a bullshit issue.
And it is a bullshit issue. And I just don't want to get into it because I don't want to see a comment section full of people getting mad at me for how I feel. But now that you asked, Paul, I'm just going to come out with it. Fuck it. Hey, let me tell you, say it again.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. Because I'm going to tell you something. I love America, but I hate fucking patriotism, man. Yeah, you heard it. I hate patriotism. And I'm not talking about everybody out there. But chances are, now, Paul, even you, I know, Paul, you're right now like, ooh, you are such a traitor. No, let me tell you something, Paul.
Got a 90-year-old man.
Damn it, I knew it. I went to World War II for you, sonny. Let me tell you something, man. And put it to the test. I want you to put it to the test. Find the first person that's an outspoken patriot. That person's out there talking about America. And I guarantee you're going to get this shit.
I'm fucking American! Made in USA, bitch! Made in fucking USA! I'm fucking cooked by burrito, bitch!
You gonna get that, you always gonna get that bro, you always gonna get that person out there just talking about America, love it or leave it. I'm gonna tell you something about patriotism, man. Patriotism is not bragged about by people. Patriotism is not something that people flaunt to make themselves feel good and feel important in the eyes of others. And I'm gonna even tell you some shit out there. I'll give you one that you will like, Paul. I'm gonna give you because there are some people out there who are true patriots and people respect them for that. The guy is he's a controversial figure, but Chris Kyle right there, American Sniper is what people know him as. He was the one that had the movie. He wrote the book American Sniper. Clint Eastwood directed the movie about him, starring Bradley Cooper. That guy put his money where his mouth is. He said, I'm mad about 9/11. He went through Navy SEAL training and did plenty of tours overseas and was willing to take a bullet in his ass for his country. He put he actually backed up all the patriotism that he said. Now, I'm not saying everybody has to go out there and do that. Not everybody has to go out there and catch a bullet.
Yeah, Geraldo tried to do that.
Did he?
Yeah.
What was it, a flesh wound? Ow! I want to go home. But you know something? Here's the thing. That's the easy shit right there. Why? And I'm not saying that Chris Kyle did something that was easy. That was extremely hard. But that's easy to get behind because he's going over there. Anytime somebody goes over there and fights the other, anytime somebody goes over there and fights that person that is darker or the person that doesn't seem like us, the person that we've been giving propaganda to hate. Mr. Frames comes down. I don't like
Mr. Frames is a patriot.
He's like, I don't like when you talking about America right now.
Damn, it's going crazy.
No, anybody downloading anything here? Anybody using the Wi-Fi in here? All right, he's like, just hold off, Mr. Frames. Look, I'm a patriot too. Just hear what I have to say.
There he goes.
Yeah, he's backed off now. Just hear me, man. It's my right to talk this way. It's America right here, my freedom. But it's easy to go over there and go against the other. It's easy to go over there and point the finger at the people that we have xenophobic feelings about. And chances are, even when you're doing that, it's part of some bullshit war. You're fighting for something you're fighting for the politicians, you're fighting for the rich. Even then, it's full of shit. And I think that the hardest thing to do, the try, acknowledging the people who want to clean their own house, who want to actually make America better. Those people who want to make America better, those people who want to say, okay, yeah, over there they might be fucking up, but we have problems here. For some reason, those people always end up being traitors.
Right.
Those people always end up being, well, you don't like America, then why don't you get the fuck out of here? I'm trying to make it better so I can stay.
I say I'm trying to get out.
Yeah.
I'm trying. Y'all won't let me go.
Yeah, sometimes we try to go. You don't want nobody to go. But Colin Kaepernick, man, Kaepernick, that's exactly his argument right there. He's saying, listen, there's a lot of hypocrisy that goes on with that national anthem. There's a lot of hypocrisy that goes on with patriotism in general. And that is one of the reasons why I'm not standing up. Now, whether you agree with him or not, that's another thing. But he has the right to do that.
I mean, ultimately, it's to bring awareness and make people, realize what's really going on in this country. There are a lot of things that are going on that are unjust. People aren't being held accountable for. And that's something that needs to change. Now,
in a way,
I mean, do you disagree with what he just said?
And no. And
I don't disagree with what he said, but I think when you're out there as a football player in the NFL, you need to represent yourself as a team and not an individual person. I mean, that sounds kind of shitty because he is an individual person and he's doing a noble thing in some aspects. But at the end of the day, you're at work. I can't stand up for the shit I believe in at work. I got to do my fucking job.
And I see
you can.
Yeah, well, not really.
No, you can. I mean, you'll just have to suffer the consequences for it, but you could still do it.
And you know what? And that's what Colin Kaepernick, I mean, if you take what he says, I know Sammy had a different argument right there, but he was willing to suffer the consequences for what he did. Although, Danielle, I mean, you make a valid point, I mean, you really do. And I can't really argue on that. I mean, the guy's creating a dialogue, so I don't have a problem with it. And plus, he's not taking it to the field. He's, what he's doing on that job right there on his team is probably something that he would do anywhere. If you don't want to, if there's something that's that you feel like is invading your beliefs or going against your beliefs, as long as it's not affecting his job, it shouldn't be that big of an issue. Now, if he carried this on the field, if he actually lifted up a board or something every time.
No. That's my thing too. If he was going out on the field with a board or a banner and interrupting things, okay. But it's like everybody's standing to give, to putting their hands over their heart, whatever, and he's choosing not to do that.
Yeah.
You have the option to ignore him.
That's the thing. Like, I've had a bunch of people be like, it's not right. Like, especially when the Black Lives Matter protests was going on. Like, look at all these people out there being loud and causing ruckus and stuff. I'm like, all right, well, then when somebody's doing it quietly, you get mad at that too. So how can you protest the issue?
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't want to be Captain Obvious here, but it's a goddamn game. It ain't that fucking important.
Yeah, and here's the other thing. You want to talk about bringing beliefs in? Anytime somebody in this country brings in their belief of Christianity to it, no one has a problem with it. When Tim Tebow's out there Tebowing,
You're right.
getting on that knee,
Yeah.
nobody said a fucking word about it.
Or
Nobody said you
316 on his face right here.
Yeah, nobody said you should not bring that into the game. Everybody was cool with that, but once this guy gets up here and does what he's doing, because it goes against popular beliefs, even though it's not disrupting the game at all of a sudden, oh, you know what? He's disrupting the game. Look at what he's doing. He should play on the team. Be a team player. No, fuck that. You know what? It's selective. When somebody's doing something everybody likes, it's okay.
And also, if it doesn't affect you in your fucking life or your health and happiness, why do you give a fuck?
Yeah. And the reason why we were almost done with this, but the reason why it's starting to blow up again is because other people are joining in. Brandon Marshall from the Denver Broncos. We also have Jeremy Lane from the Seattle Seahawks. These are people who are recognizing this and saying, well, shit, he's still alive. Ain't nobody shot him yet. So, I guess I'll get in on it too,
But hopefully if they really feel strongly about this to the point where they're talking about it in the media and they're causing, speculation before games, maybe they could do something where they all combine and bring awareness to this matter.
One, that's what they're doing. And then two, the other thing is when they interview Colin Kaepernick, he's like, I'm actually out here donating my time and money to, at-risk children and going out into these bad neighborhoods and helping out people. So it's not like I'm just talking this and not doing anything about it.
And that's not even getting as much attention. When he was doing something that was good for people, that wasn't getting enough attention. And the reason why is because, and I'm going to get into some real deep shit here for you, because now you got all these jersey burners out there, which, hey, first of all, that's their right to do that. God bless them. That is their American right to do that.
Sure.
I've getting a lot of slack on Facebook over the recent controversy, so I just wanted to make my point clear.
Okay, you paid for that jersey. You do
Oh,
realize
yeah. That's why he can burn it too. In fact, it looked like they marinated about to grill that shit. They probably gonna eat it after it's done.
As quick as that lit, you should never wear something like that.
Yeah, don't ever smoke it.
Barely touched a match to it, and it's already engulfed in flames.
Well, I'm sure he soaked it. I'm sure he marinated it first before he actually lit it up.
because it's polyester.
Yeah, if you an NFL player, don't smoke a cigarette.
Well, you've seen that this is spreading. Like the president or owner of the Miami Dolphins are like, I support like my players that did it. And then there was a girl from one of the soccer players from Team USA. She's lesbian, and she feels the same way. She's like, I see, people are going over there fighting for rights, and I'm still not, me as a lesbian person.
Don't even have the rights.
I don't have those same rights as other people.
These people should be doing this. Now, if it maybe, just maybe, Danielle, if this was something else, if there was some bullshit thing, that they were just trying to, some hippie thing that out there doing, that would be one thing. But this is something that is really a huge hypocrisy in this country. Like, there are Americans being denied their rights. And I'm not even talking about black people. Mostly I'm talking about gays right now. This is the most blatant situation of them being denied their American rights. And now, because of all this happening with these people joining in, you got people who not only burning jerseys, but now they're saying that people are going to start protesting and boycotting NFL teams.
I say bullshit.
And I say bullshit.
There is nothing more fickle, so violently fickle than sports fans.
Oh,
you
God.
remember when LeBron left Cleveland and they burned his jersey and he was person non grata, and in the moment he came back,
it's like,
throwing parades. He's the
Hippie
greatest guy in the world.
I remember when he left Cleveland, there was a grown-ass man who looked at the screen. Somebody was interviewing. He's like, "This is the first day of my life." I was like, "Man, you ain't like the birth of your children and all this kind of shit. None of that comes into factor here." Yeah, man, you ain't got no life then. But all these people are saying that. Look, this is what I mean by hypocrisy, man. First of all, just to give you a clue, let's just take it back to the source right here. You want to talk about that song? That song was created when American meant white male. It did not. Everybody else, maybe white women, but if you black, fuck you, nigga. You ain't got shit. This right here, Francis Scott Key, man. When he created that song, just like any other guy at that time, he was somebody who did not think that black people were intelligent, didn't look at them as human, said that all freed black people need to go back to Africa, but let's keep these slaves right here. We'll hold on to that. We got shit that needs to get done. It was written at a time when that song did not even apply to everybody. Now, I know that times have changed and maybe we've twisted that song around to mean that it's for everybody. But I think that when you get down to the root of it, you can use that excuse that this is hypocritical that everybody thinks that song covers everyone in this country. It was not meant for that. If Francis Scott Key was here today, he'd be like, what the fuck? He would say, why are you standing up for my song? He would tell Colin to sit down. Mm-hmm. It's not meant for you, man. And here's and all right, now let's get down to the real shit with this. This is the real issue here. Everybody's mad over these jerseys and everybody's mad at these players not standing up. Mm-hmm. NFL has had plenty of more problems than black people not standing for a fucking song.
Oh yeah.
The NFL, but you know what? I noticed that all these people, I wonder how many of these jersey burners out there, I wonder how many of these so-called patriots got mad whenever there was a situation of spousal abuse going on with the players.
Ball star Ray Rice following his then-fiancée Janae into an Atlantic City hotel elevator, striking her once, then again, seemingly punching her so hard she hits a railing and is knocked out cold.
When Ray Rice ragdolled his wife, well, they were engaged at the time. They weren't even married because he got married later. And he actually got off on the case.
That was his girlfriend. He proposed after.
You goddamn right he did. I'm sorry, baby.
My bad. Here's a ring.
Yeah, he bought a $50,000 ring that next day. And as long as he went to counseling, it was okay. Didn't serve any time. It was recommended that he go to jail for 18 months, I believe. We knew he wasn't going to serve that. And I'm not even going to, and this is not anything to rail against the guy. If he's learned his lesson, then whatever.
He did get banned for a year, though, for this.
It actually got brought down, I think, to a few months.
Was it a whole year?
To be a year.
I think it was because they were already like a part way through the season or something like that. So he missed like 9. I mean, he was basically out for the majority of the season.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a whole year that he was out.
Right.
Though. But whenever he did that, people came in and said, oh, that's bad, but can he still play football? You know, nobody said, though, I'm boycotting that team. Nobody said, I want to get behind these women that are being abused. And the NFL has a lot of history of that. Greg Hardy, man, defensive end for the Carolina Panthers. He, just another case. That wasn't too long ago. I believe that was I got the date right here. That was March 13th of 2014. A lot of people completely forgot about that.
Carolina Panther Greg Hardy will probably spend the night in jail. Channel 9 broke the news of his arrest just hours ago.
Police say Hardy assaulted his 24-year-old girlfriend at an apartment. The two have been dating since last September, according to the report that also said she suffered scratches and bruises but refused treatment.
Now, that kind of went under the radar for a little bit. It made news, of course, but it kind of went under the radar until he was going to be signing for the Dallas Cowboys as a free agent in 2015, and then it kind of came back out. But even then, like I said, nothing really happened with that. I don't know how his career's going now, but nothing really happened with that. But the whole thing is no one has said anything about this long-ass history of female abuse and spousal abuse that has gone on in the NFL. And yet somebody don't want to stand up for a song. No, all of a sudden, that's a big deal. Sports Illustrated did a story that between 2012 to 2015, there were 15 NFL players arrested for violence against women in those 2 years.
That's such a dumb thing to say. Anybody in any occupation, there's been 3 people per year that have fucked their wives up. There's, you know what I mean?
Danielle, am I right here by saying just?
It's one of those moments where
Danielle, stop. Okay. You got 3 people here who are saying stop. That is not a dumb thing to say, because what you've just done is that you just invalidated an issue here by trying to compare it to something else.
No, it's definitely an issue. It needs to be brought up, especially because these people are public figures.
It's not fucking dumb. It's not dumb. It's sad. It's fucking sad that, just because some people, if I don't care how many people are getting beat up in any kind of area, any kind of business, any kind of sport. If it's one woman, it's way too much. It's not a matter of.
No.
She's not saying that issue is bad. She's just saying that any occupation you could go somewhere and it may have. It's a possibility.
And it's happening so much. That's what I'm saying. It needs to be brought up in the NFL because it is such a public thing, and I get why this is very important to talk about 100%. But it's happening in all different types of occupations.
It is. But we're talking about one specific thing right here, and I'm talking about the NFL. I'm talking about people getting mad at one issue, and then these people not making a big deal about something that is epidemic in this business. But one guy that doesn't decide to be a patriot, oh my God, I'm gonna ban that team. I'm gonna boycott that team. I'm not gonna, and you ain't gonna do a goddamn thing. Once you sit at home, I give you about 3 minutes of the first quarter before you start getting the goddamn DTs and shit and got to put on the game.
Yeah, you got your fantasy football league going on.
Yeah,
Kaepernick's jersey sales went up after he did this whole controversy.
Did he?
Yeah, I think he's number 2 right now, if I'm not mistaken. But they were talking about his sales went up. And the other thing you're talking about, one thing in the NFL, it's really weird because people won't talk about females and people's spouses getting abused, but with something where somebody doesn't stand for the national anthem, or dog fighting was another one.
Yeah,
people lost their shit. Like with Michael Vick, they had death threats to people in Atlanta that we're gonna bomb the stadium and all this other shit. What did we do?
Why is that though? You think that domestic violence is such a more serious situation when you're dealing with somebody's livelihood?
I still think some people look at it as that's their personal business, no matter how sad it is. And the reason why they say it's their personal business because they don't want it to come in and interrupt their enjoyment
their agenda is
of a game or their season. And the NFL doesn't want to lose their money. These players are investments. They don't want to lose that shit. All this shit gets covered up. But
I laugh at the idea of boycotting him or somebody for not standing up for the national anthem when you still have a team called the Washington Redskins.
Yeah, exactly. And when people protest that, all of a sudden they're stupid for that too,
Oh, come on. They've been using that name forever. Yeah. It's not insulting, is it?
Yeah.
No, it is.
Hey, lighten up, man. Be like that roided out dude. That dude that injects patriotism into his veins. Hey, fucking bro. It's just a fucking Indian, man. Man. You don't even, it took years they tried to railroad a man that Will Smith played for trying to trying to uncover the things that cause a lot of the spousal abuse. These guys out there.
You don't get in the way of football.
No, don't get in the way of football. They let these guys suffer brain injuries, not only that affected their mentality, but some of these guys are so ill. That's the reason why they're beating their wives. Y'all make poor Will Smith cry, and
wouldn't give him his Oscar.
And wouldn't give him his Oscar right now. Look at him.
That's why he boycotted. See, it's a circle.
Yeah, look at him. It's your fault.
To the truth.
You still got that fault.
The NFL, man, we've already learned that there's a corrupt ass business. It's like what $100 billion behind that system.
It is, man. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna close with this because this is the deal about patriotism right here. Those guys out there who are raising hell over all this stuff with the NFL and the guys that won't stand for the anthem, all these people that are burning their jerseys, all these people that don't give a shit about these issues of spousal abuse and female abuse, you still go out there and support these bullshit politicians that are some of the most unpatriotic but the biggest flag-waving motherfuckers out there, man. There's a whole, I mean it, goddamn it. There's a whole list of people. I'm looking at this on one website where they've gone through not only presidents and politicians, but some celebrities, where they've gone through a list of people that are for some reason or another, they dodged the draft because they were rich, or they could go to a military school. They faked they actually faked the condition. They faked being crazies. One person, Ted Nugent, I think he said
Ted Nugent's crazy.
I think he shit on himself. He had to get out of going to Vietnam. He shit on himself. He's the one that's out there talking about America. Fuck these black people. And I look at and don't think they're making like this a partisan issue. Bill Clinton is one of them too. If chances are, if these people could afford it, they didn't do it, but now they got to go for a political office, so they have to talk about patriotism.
Well, the main thing is all these people being saying they're patriots. Like you said, don't do anything. So like when this popped up, I asked people that went over, like, hey, how do you feel about this? And they're like, I fought for his right to do that, so like exactly. I don't have a problem with it.
That's why I don't understand the whole. Don't you think that's disrespectful to the people who fought in the war? It's like, what does that have to do with this?
Exactly.
I think people just want to be connected somehow, and it's easy to be connected through anger.
It is. You want to know who some real patriots are? The real patriots are the founding fathers of this country, right there in the new CD rap cover, right there. You know me?
The Rushmore 4.
Album dropping Thursday, man.
Check my mixtape, fam.
Yeah. They produced by Eminem. But they look, there's a lot of hypocrisy going on with them. There's a lot of things that we can debate about them, but they became tyrants in their own country to go out and create this country right here because they wanted something better. They risked everything to create something better. The people who go out there, the real patriots are the people who go out there and they're willing to lose everything, careers, money, having even their families broken up by it. We look at years later, those people that we thought were, some people still say today, those people that are like cowards and draft dodgers. Muhammad Ali was willing to lose everything. He was willing to go to jail. The Supreme Court is the one that argued in his behalf, but a lot of people think he planned it. You think he planned that, played the long con? No, he was willing to go to jail because he saw the bullshit that Vietnam was and stood up for his belief.
I'm saying you talking about me about some draft, and all of you white boys are breaking your neck to get to Switzerland and Canada and London. I'm not going to help nobody get something my Negroes don't have. If I'm going to die, I'll die now right here fighting you.
And you know, dude was like,
yes, sir. Whoop his ass.
That's my boss.
Ali. Yeah. It's that those are your true.
Fuck you till you love me.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'll eat your asshole alive. You hear me? You knew that dude he wasn't even there anymore. That dude was out behind somebody else.
That's when he quit journalism.
Yeah. Shit, that dude got in his car and went home. He was in bed by that point.
Ali's coming after me. Hide me.
All you flag wavers and all you people out there talking about I'm putting my hand on my heart. There's a lot more that can be done than that. Believe me, that flag and that song, they're going to be all right. China going to make plenty of American flags. There will be no problems.
Have you seen, this is related to this, did you see that picture of Randy Moss on ESPN?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. There's an ESPN analyst that was talking about Colin Kaepernick. And Randy Moss was like, yeah, what he's doing, it's fine. He's representing people that aren't really heard from, blah, 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 blah. And then the guy, it's a white guy that's just sitting next to him. He's like, I think it's disrespectful. He shouldn't be doing this. He should be out there for his team. He should be doing this. And Randy Moss is just like, if these cameras were not on, I'd kill you. You're like, holy shit, right there.
You know what, man?
I
think he just got resting but very scary bitch face.
No.
Nah, man, Randy Moss usually looks nice when he's sitting still. Like he's on TV. You can't look like that all the time.
Man.
And he chose a time where all of a sudden he became the center of attention. And it has disrupted that organization. It has caused friction and has torn at the fabric of the team. Although I respect what he's doing, and I respect the passion and burden he has for this.
I will fucking kill you. Man, he's trying so hard to shoot lasers at his eyes right now.
If I try hard enough, that X gene will kick in. I know it will.
I'm expecting to go like, this is, yeah, man. It's a touchy issue, but hey, all you people out there, liberals, conservatives, homophobes, racist, everybody has a voice. As long as we're not taking the rights away from everybody else, God bless us. We all have our American right to talk shit.
It'd be dope if every black player in the NFL was just like, we're not playing. People be like, no, police brutality would drop. All rights would be changed.
I think a lot of things can be done and done quickly if every black person on that team just made that face and stared to the camera. It just scared everybody. We want everything.
I don't think this would have been as big of a deal if it wasn't on 9/11.
Well, yeah, but still.
But no, he's been doing this for a couple weeks. Yeah.
GameFly brings to your house, to you, over 8,000 new releases and classics that are available to rent, or you can buy them for almost every system out there, current and some old systems. Like I said, man, I've been trying to put my GameCube back to work for years. GameFly has given me an excuse to do that, and you could even try 30 days for free by typing in gameflyoffer.com/double toasted. And when you do that, you'll get 30 days for free of games and movies. Get all those things, all of them at once. Just stay in the house. Don't go nowhere because they're all going to get brought right to your mailbox. You can also bring the element of surprise every month to your home in the form of a Loot Crate mystery box. In that box, I can't tell you what it is, but I can guarantee you it is the best in geek and gaming gear. Some people say it's like having Comic-Con brought right to your home. You don't have to leave the house for nothing. You're getting all kind of stuff. And everybody likes a little surprise every month. Just a little bit. And here's another surprise for you. You know, if you go to our link, trylootcrate.com/double toasted, and you type in bridge 10, that's the word bridge and the number 10, you can get 10% off, a 10% discount on your first crate. How's that for a surprise right there? Loot Crate, bring the mystery and the surprise to your mailbox once a month with Loot Crate. Hey everyone, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to our channel and go over to our home, doubletoasted.com, for more videos and live streams. And remember, stay toasty.